multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Sun, which is your physical expressions, your actions, the way you express yourself. Leo, basically in a fixed way, in a fixated way, basically being a sense of attention and basically utilizing your frankness to basically initiate and put out energies and basically be a fool, your inner child. Basically, everybody got an inner child, don't get it fucked up. Everybody got to act down these natures to see things fulfill in their favor. Basically, be the center stage and do things in ways that's going to utilize your commitment, your motivation, your determination. Feel me? This is your inner child. This is the lion. So basically utilize that energies and put that to a practical, which is the moon, which is you're going to feel the need to utilize your expressions on being practical, being conservative, and being organized. Basically going back to the drawing board. And basically the moon is in a crescent. So basically the moon is on its way to a full moon soon. But it's got to go through the 9 phases, which is you was born in 9 months in your mother's stomach. So basically you had to go through these 9 phases basically to actually be in this physical form, in this physical shape. So basically it's all about the time that you put into it, and never ever jeopardize or overlook over your spirit, because your spirit knew what it was doing when it was in the belly before you came out of the motherfucking belly and after it. So basically it's just very important to basically take care of yourself and don't be fooled by the media and shit, because moon and Virgo governs basically, it governs the mind, which is the intellect, which is Mercury, thinking and communication, and also it governs the nervous system. So you're going to be feeling the need, this is what you're going to be experiencing, because it's still like a new moon phase, and it's on its way to a new spectrum. So basically don't get mixed and tangled to other shit that people tell you on the news, or you're going to be mind fucked. Your ass might kill yourself. Don't do that shit. Also, we got Mercury in Cancer. So Mercury is dealing with thinking and communication, and it's also in Cancer that's dealing with feelings and emotions, which is the moon, your macabre, your mother. So this basically dealing with more of a domestic nature, thinking and communication about that family, seeing that everybody have care and comfort. Also, we got Venus and Gemini, so that's basically being flexible and being generous about your beauty, about people, places, and things, interactions, communications, and relating to people, places, and things, and having balance in between. Also, we got Mars and Aries, so this is basically dealing with self-expression, the way you express yourself and it's basically love being in the fire sign. So you're going to express yourself in a fiery way and utilize new emotions, new commitments, and new force and new motivation to basically push and drive yourself. Also, we got Jupiter in Capricorn, so that's basically working in a orderly conduct, basically putting that into practice to see if fruits and labors grow. Also, we got Saturn in Capricorn, so that's basically being consistent, and consistency is key if you want to see structure grow in your life, and basically having limitations and restrictions on certain things that go upon your point of view and references. We also got Uranus and Taurus, so this basically changes in finances. As you can see, money is not cashless society is basically what they pushing for. But if you know the root of basically making money and receiving money and getting money and know that you're rich already, you won't have that problem. Also, we also got Neptune and Pisces. Give me a second, I got you. So this basically believing in yourself. So utilize your Neptune, which is dreaming, imagination, fantasy. Make sure you're utilizing your beliefs in you and not believing in politics and all that government shit and all that bullshit with the coronavirus, or you're going to put yourself in a holistic mind state. Also, we got Pluto and Capricorn, so that's basically we got you being the judge of your reality. You either going to basically get down on your knees and pray to the government, or you're going to basically be a boss and basically initiate and create and say, no, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, motherfucker. You got to be 50-50 and square with me, go ahead, or it's going to be a problem. And it's basically what everybody needs to do, and stop basically giving their power to these motherfuckers, thinking this is the new normal. Nah, this is the new normal for you motherfuckers, not me or whoever else with me. Also, we also got North Node in Gemini, so this basically dealing with consciousness and thinking, logical thinking and shit. So basically make sure you're utilizing this in ways that'll basically benefit you. But make sure you also got to get right here with the right brain, not put too much into the left brain, into the spectrum. Also, we basically got little different areas, so that's basically overburden and boundaries and ambitions and drives and force. So basically, be very careful with how you utilize that, because it's already in the black moon. So if you add in burden and going crazy and not basically loving yourself and being too serious, the things can like get catastrophic. As you know. Also, we got Chiron and Aries, so that's basically having luck and insight in the way you push out your fiery emotions and the way you utilize your strengths and passions. Also, we got Sun sextile Moon, so this is basically you got the opportunities to express yourself and your feelings and emotions in a more egoistic way, but have balance. Because if you overindulge in one action, your moon is gonna be unbalanced. Things is not gonna basically go well. So you got to make sure the waters is running smooth when you do that. So that's basically having emotional balance, and expressional balance. The sun is opposing Saturn, so basically, don't give up versus giving up. And basically, listen, you gotta look at it like this: Saturn, that's ambitious and goals, and Leo is basically in the stubborn way. So if you basically give up and look at the world in a otherworldly point of view and give up hope, that things is not gonna basically go into your favor. So don't be the center stage, but if you don't see things go out, don't basically act out in ways to basically down yourself. Make sure you're being consistent and practical, very practical when you're doing that, because that's the opposing energy right there. Also, we dealing with Moon trine Jupiter, so that's basically being open, being relatable, and being more secure. But basically, disputes and arguments can basically play out on this spectrum. But the moon don't really like Jupiter like that, because moon like to be very safe and things and natures like that. Sagittarius is also the Sagittarius. They don't really like being in the house. They want to get around. Jupiter want to get around, but this is very a good opportunity to take advantage of that. Also, we got Moon trine Saturn, so that's dealing with emotional stability. So this is basically you having stability in your emotions, and this is basically being at home. So this is a good time to reflect that, and don't lose advantage of that. Also, we got Moon opposing Neptune, so this is basically confusion and fantasy, confusion in your world. Cause of course, everybody gonna have confusions at this point. It's gonna be a whole lot of confusion going on and shit. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what to expect. Also, Moon trine Pluto. So this basically everybody gonna feel the need to preach and push out preaching techniques towards other people, places, and things. Everybody gonna be in a preacher mode. This is basically what you're gonna be experiencing and feeling. Also, we got Mercury square Mars. So this basically can be arguments, the way how you express yourself and talk to other people, places, and things. People can feel opposing energy and shit. So be careful how you express yourself and don't be too overburdened. Also, we got Mercury sextile Uranus, so this is new ideas and your own unique thinking. So make sure you're utilizing this in ways that you need to be utilizing it for, not thinking about other people, places, and things, and giving your ideas out to people. Venus sextile Mars is basically balance in between your desires and your passions and the way you push out your goals. So basically, this is harmonious. And Venus don't really love Mars because it's opposing. So it's a good spectrum. We also got Venus square Neptune. So basically, this is learning how to find balance with logical need, and basically this is also dealing with trying to find ways to basically have harmonious balance of peace towards you and your idols, especially your peers. Also, we got Mars square Jupiter, so it's basically dealing with Mars square Jupiter. So this is basically dealing with aggressionness, passionate, also versus dealing with money, dealing with patterns. So of course, Jupiter like to travel and have expansion and growth. And also Cardinal is basically dealing with starting and fixing things. But Jupiter, since it's like to travel and get around, find new things, Jupiter is a completion of things also. But Jupiter like to get around, but Aries like to basically make sure shit get done this day. Then we gonna basically travel. We ain't gonna just travel, not fixate and get shit done. So learn how to basically one thing at a time. But learn how to utilize these energies and balances, but be open to new opportunities to basically transform and have new births and new beginnings. Also, we got Jupiter sextile Neptune. So this is dealing with spiritual passions, and you're going to feel the need to have a passionate spirit at this time. Especially, also, you're going to feel the need to basically express that too and find yourself. Also, we got Jupiter conjunct Pluto. So this basically, but this is truth versus power right here. So basically, you're going to be feeling the need to find truth. And of course, you're going to be feeling the need to find power. And basically get out of routines and patterns that don't serve you no purpose. And you're going to put definite transformation to that and move on to anything, any theory, or any ideology. Also, we got Saturn conjunct Pluto. So it's basically control, changes, and deep feelings and emotions. So basically, this is a good conjunction if you're utilizing it in the right way. But if you're utilizing it in a negative way, then it's can basically Pluto gonna transform you, and Saturn gonna basically keep throwing that guilt power towards you, which you don't want to basically experience that. Neptune sextile Pluto, so this is dealing with peace, and of course, everybody gonna be out here protesting and shit. So be very careful and don't be caught up in the mix. Don't just be out here protesting. You don't know what the fuck you protesting for. You just giving your power to the motherfuckers that's already still gonna do what the fuck they want to do. You gotta basically apply some other kind of pressure and power that's gonna benefit you in ways that'll basically get you from point A to point B. Now, when we're dealing with the first house to the second house, when we got Virgo in the first house, this is dealing with personal values. This is basically also dealing with not being used as a vessel as far as like a 9 to 5 or mundane job or circumstance situation, or you're gonna feel the need to basically get up out of that. And also practicing new ideas, but also practicing self-love. And if this is in your moon sign, you're going to basically be feeling the need to basically do this. Second house is dealing with routine, patterns, and balance. And make sure you have balance in your values and basically don't overindulge, because it's basically can kind of basically bring you down and bring harm and criticism towards you. So basically be very grounded and be very practical when you do things. But do this, learn how to utilize some of that Virgo mutable energy, and don't be too fixated and stubborn in your own ways. So of course, it's gonna be a very hard time for Taurus. Also, third house, this is dealing with gossiping, dealing with trading, and this is dealing with new ways of dealing with mental health. So basically, remember, thinking right now can get very cloudy. So this is also could be this is gonna be a very bad time from Geminis. And if you're a moon in Gemini, basically you're going to be feeling this from other people, places, and things that they can basically throw this towards you. Fourth house is basically dealing with health, work, and changes. So try to like look towards as your family as like they are the peacemakers, and don't try to basically overly indulge yourself. And basically, if this is in your moon sign, you're going to basically be feeling the need to do this. Fifth house is basically dealing with joy, exercise, health, and ego. So basically, you're going to feel the need to basically utilize this, but be very, very cautious on how you express yourself, because basically, this can basically affect you health-wise. Fuck with your heart, fuck with your emotions, and bring you down. So basically, don't self-criticize yourself. And if this is your moon sign, you're going to be feeling the need to basically express this. People are going to be expressing this towards you. Sixth house is dealing with focusing and basically focusing your energy towards things in a harmonious way. Don't criticize yourself, which Virgos like to do. For me, be very practical and be very consistent. Don't let something bad fuck up your day. Seventh house, this is dealing with relating with balance and binds and stuff. So basically, you're going to be feeling the need to have balance between someone and looking forward to having balance between this person. Hopefully, they can work out to your favor. Eighth house is dealing with destructiveness, and also deep hidden emotions. So basically, try to basically don't be fixated, don't be too stubborn, but basically find your way out. This is gonna be a hard time for Scorpios too. If this is in your moon sign, you're gonna be feeling this. And also for seventh house, if seventh house in your moon sign, you're gonna be feeling the need to look for emotional balance and peace towards people. Ninth house is dealing with focusing on your true calling and looking towards direction, purposes that's gonna basically expand your growth. And if this is in your moon sign, this is what you're gonna feel the need to do. 10th house is routine, but make sure you get sleep and make sure you meditate. If this is in your moon sign, you're going to basically feel the need to do that. 11th house is dealing with mental rest and basically making sure you meditate and having a good routine and pattern towards your health. 12th house is dealing with energy, also dealing with ways to basically initiate and push out and being more practical, and try to like not have self judgment towards badness and illusions and fantasies that basically could bring you down and break you down mentally, because you know Mercury don't like being in Pisces also. So this might be a hard time for some of y'all too. Make sure you get rest, make sure you meditate, make sure you basically taking good medical procedures that'll basically initiate you. So basically, of course, if you got the weekend off or whatever you're doing, make sure you find time to find peace with your inner self and basically get back with your spirit. This is very important. If this is in your mood sounds, which you're gonna be expressing too. So basically, everybody just basically chill the fuck out, be practical, organized, get pen and paper, make sure you write down some informations and shit. Make sure you be very careful, because you might be doing things, you might be acting in impulsive ways versus being more logical and thinking it out and basically being more organized. And be very careful and don't be getting misdeceived out here in this motherfucker. I love you.